I heard and saw, watched and reported the whole Bumblebee event. That wasn't just shock that got her into the building. She was numb and stumbling and calculating, how am I going to get around this one? How am I going to get around this one? Because when you back up into a vehicle with a parking lot that only has one direction out and in, and you never back your car in, it's almost impossible to have that conundrum of reflex. Yeah. Now, if you tend to back in, you will have a conundrum. Yeah, like in a winter situation, you're like, oh, I'm putting it in reverse, not drive. Yeah. But she had her foot down. You can't make that kind of long turn and get up over the curb and come back down and then move a vehicle almost a foot without being intentional. Now let's talk about the other guy. The guy that could barely make it to the car, would nod off, sometimes vomit, look like he was enjoying himself there. And for months and months and months, with workers coming and going, caretakers, medical caretakers, nobody ever stopped that man from driving. But his wife let him go out. And the whole building watched. Darcy and Rick leave. Probably nothing changed down where you were, because I never even went to that side of the building. I just stayed away from it. Stayed off all the other floors. Yeah. Couldn't even remember where most of the people I knew lived. I didn't follow them to their apartments, didn't keep track of when they're at the mailbox. None of that. I can't even remember Trouble's real name. But there's a reality factor that they were producing something out of that project. And when I met Ray, Ray said, well, I have 6 projects going on. Oh, what a projects. You're talking about being stuck in your yard and down in the dungeon, taking care of your mother. And then lo and behold, it sounded like he was there all the time. And now I sound like him. What a day, what a day, what a day. I know. You're welcome. It was a great ride. You needed it. You needed to be the co-pilot for a day. Yeah. It's not done. Are you people surprised right around here? Probably didn't know everything. You may not even know Rick and Darcy, because you don't do the same things they do. Maybe they're just as cautious as I am. And maybe you're going to find out. What was the issue with people not wanting people to be married in that building? On the same floor, 2 other people had intentions of getting married, and then they had trouble. The same floor. Same floor Mary Maloney was on. She liked to be selective with her verbiage. Hardly give you a full sentence. And she floated around the building. I'm not even convinced she slept in her apartment. Not really. But boy, didn't I disappoint her about the red pepper thing. Yeah. Was she trying to make a recipe? Wanted my input? Yeah. Oh, Tastes like roasted red pepper, Mary. There you go. Put some flavor in it. Wow, you really have control over the wire. How do you do that? Well, I do things. Amy Sawyer, what are we, interior designers now? Oh, it's all a competition. Not for profit though, right? Zero-sum reality. Call me out as an evil demon to the church. Oh, that's so bad, Amy. So bad. It's a demonic attitude that is pronounced upon someone. So happy, yeah. I'm glad I call her second time Amy. It's her second time at that building. So glad she was there because she's again, the wide eyes, the excitement. What am I seeing? Yeah. Reality's out there, people. You're really hoping I'll get paid to shut up. Not gonna happen. How's it going? Have you got a vehicle yet? I don't want a man, I just want a vehicle. Who told you how to do it? Nasty bean. Look, my daughter can do it, so can you. The guy only visits once a week or so. It's kind of like that. My pretty little pony. Nay, nay, nay. You see what they won't even do for their own family? Nasty Bean picked me because I dressed nice. And I presented servitude to my parents and family. And Jim Ridley watched it and saw it all. They stalked me before I was in the building, and then they chose me because I dressed nice. That is human traffic. That's where it started, with the building council. Okay? Nicole never arrived. Disability rights. Disability rights. My thought theory is, and I just said it out loud, she wants to come in here to prove something to herself about something that's on record. You never came in before. You stood in my doorway. Told you I'm not dressed. Well, that's all right. I don't care. Right. But I did. But you didn't. Told you up front. I feel like I have to open the door because it's you. I'm not dressed. But, oh, it's okay. Well, of course it is, because you want your way now. And, again, Amelia has had eyes on everything. And you're going to take her word for it. And you're not going to bother me about this again. And your two new cronies, I am convinced they're who you want to present. I give them no favor of attitude. Everything is questionable. Nothing has been determined as addressed at all. Eviction for bad behavior. It's as disgusting as my blank maintenance sheet of how they kept my security deposit. It's a pattern of work lack ethic, a means to an end. Now let's talk about what Jasmine didn't realize. She was better off as a private landlord because the fish tank's a little too big for this guppy. She wishes she wasn't in her job position because it's more difficult than she realized. She can't get away with what she was doing before. And Portland, Maine has had a big problem with the wrong type of landlords for too long. It may be because the system functioned things out that way prior, does not mean our district attorneys don't get smarter, quicker, and more efficient. With a shark, that's what the extra rows of teeth are for. When you bite and lose a whole row. That's right. Done.